To me, an electronic or digital edition is an edition that makes use of digital tools and methods to convey its content in a dynamic and more engaging way. Reading a traditional print edition is very much a passive experience. The digital edition, if accordingly set up, allows users to interact with the content and even contribute to its development. During the first year of my doctoral studies, when one is supposed to conduct a literature review aimed at laying the foundations of what will be one's original or new contribution to the field, I created a catalogue of digital editions in an attempt to understand what the status quo was at the time with regards to best practices. And in all of my reading, I was not able to find concrete bullet points telling me how I should be doing things. The catalogue started off as a personal exercise designed to help me identify these bullet points by looking at various digital editions myself, and gave me the overview that I needed in order to move on to the next research stage. And what this catalogue is, and it has now become more of a share tool, it's a checklist of items appearing in editions and aims at gathering statistics on how and which of these items feature in digital editions. These numbers helped me make inferences and to draw some conclusions with regards to best practice in digital editions. If by best practices we mean the tools we should be using to produce a digital edition, my research shows that there currently seems to be no consensus or best practice. If, on the other hand, we mean which digital tools and methods are popular in the production of a digital edition, then, as my catalogue informs me, the two key words here are XML, extensible markup language, and open source. If we mean how does one produce a scholarly edition of a text, then here we do have some rules and requirements we need to follow depending on what our specific goals are. And these have already been extensively covered by scholars in the field, so you can easily read up on them. If I were to summarize these three possible interpretations of best practice into 3 lessons, I'd say, with regards to the tools we should be using to produce a digital edition, let your data drive the tools, not the tools drive your data. So you don't want to lock up your data in a platform or adapt it to a tool to make it look swanky. Both platforms and tools are likely to become obsolete, and you don't want that to affect your data. With regards to which tools and methods are popular in the production of a digital edition, no matter which tool you choose, keep it simple. Data is what really matters. Make your work openly available, in multiple formats even, and focus your efforts on producing the best data you can. Good data allows you to generate all sorts of visualizations and other studies. Bad data just doesn't. With regards to, how does one produce a scholarly edition of a text, I can only say read, keep yourself updated, discuss with colleagues in the field, and experiment, so hands-on. You'll never stop learning, and here I'm reminded of the Renaissance motto, ancora imparo, which means I'm still learning, and it's a motto that still applies today, I think. One thing I would like to see become best practice is the inclusion of the actual transcriptions in an edition, whether print or digital. Digital editions are doing a better job at this than print for a number of reasons. And while I appreciate the limitations of print editions, nothing prevents modern editors from providing a stable or a permanent URL to a web presence where readers can find the transcription or transcriptions the edition is based on. Transcriptions are the first and necessary step towards the creation of an edition, so to me, editors and researchers should include transcriptions in their work so that future scholars do not have to spend time duplicating what's already been done. In terms of research on Augustine, my research on Augustine, I'm sure many scholars before me transcribed the manuscript I'm working on, but because these transcriptions were never made available, I'm having to go back and start from scratch. And this is not to say that transcriptions are all the same, but having that reference is instrumental in the production of original research. So if I could voice a concern or make a request, I'd ask people to include transcriptions in their work, whether you're producing a print or a digital edition.